If I asked you when you grew up, would you be able to tell me? What's the definition of being a grown up? Is it when you start buying dad shoes? Is it when you start wearing dad jeans? Is it when you move out? A grown up is defined as someone who is an adult or someone who behaves in a responsible way. But a kid that has to care for their siblings can be put into that category of a person who behaves in a responsible way. So does that mean they're a grown up? Is it when you start doing the dishes? Is it when you start making your own food? Like, there was a time when you got called to, come and eat dinner. There was a time when you just woke up and your laundry basket was empty. When did that change? Remember when you used to be excited for your birthday? Now it's just another day on the calendar, just like all the rest of them. I don't know when I grew up, but I feel like it happened so fast. I remember hearing things on the news when I was a kid, and I remember this one story. I was probably like 8 or 9. It's just one of those core memories that I have for whatever reason. And it said that a 23-year-old person saved a lady that fell on the train tracks. And I remember thinking, like, wow, imagine what it feels like to be 23 years old. Like, I fully remember this. It's like I saw the story yesterday. It's unbelievable. But then it's like I blinked and now I'm 27. Like, where did the time go? And I swear, this is probably gonna happen to you too. One day you're 16 and you're coming home from school, and then the next day you're coming home tired from a long day of work. You make dinner, you wash the dishes, watch some YouTube, and then the next thing you know, it's time for bed. Gone are the days of staying up all hours of the night. Gone are the days of spontaneously going out with your friends. Gone are the days of having 2 months off in summer. Those days will come and go without you even knowing it, and the next thing you know, you've stopped receiving the number of candles that corresponds with your age, and you just end up getting 2 numbers. Next thing you know, you're booking your own appointments, you're changing your own light bulbs, and you're yawning at 8:30 in the evening. Life hits you quickly, let me tell you.
Look at this. I literally cannot make this up. I was just talking about changing light bulbs, and I noticed that this light had, it looked a little bit dim, and one of the bulbs is out. But that's not even the best part. Came down the hallway, and what do you know? The other one is like that also. One of the bulbs is on, one of the bulbs is off. But that's not even the best part. Because then you come to the kitchen, and what do you know? One of the bulbs is on, and 2 of the bulbs are off. So, next time you say, oh, you want to grow up and you want to get older and you want to live alone and you want to do all this type of stuff, think about this. There's just something I want you to see right here. Look at what time it is. It's 10:07 p.m. It's dark outside. And I'm going to change light bulbs.
But despite all this doom and gloom, growing up isn't that bad. Growing up means that now you don't have to really listen to any of the adults in your life anymore, and you can essentially do what you want. You can shower laying down, you can mop the floor before you vacuum, and it is a slippery slope, but you can put things off until tomorrow. I don't recommend doing any of those things because they're not efficient ways to do them, but if you do want to do those things in that order, who's going to tell you different? You're your own person now, and unless those people are paying your bills, they can't tell you how to live your life. But you also have something that you didn't have as a kid. You now have money. You've managed to acquire the necessary skills to acquire yourself some pieces of paper with numbers on them, and now you can do mostly anything you want to do. You want to spend $500 on some shoes? You can do that. You want to spend $3,000 on a laptop? You can do that also. You're making and spending your own money, and you're not relying on your parents to help you. And they can't dictate how you spend your money because you're the one earning it. I should just preface this part of the video by saying that I do not recommend spending $500 on shoes, nor do I recommend spending $3,000 on a laptop, because I am not your financial advisor. But as I said before, the good thing about growing up is that you now have freedom. But with that, there is give and take. You've been given freedom, but now you have responsibilities, and you're gonna have to answer for your actions. It's now your responsibility to do the dishes and make your own dinner, as I mentioned earlier. It's your responsibility to clean the toilet and take the garbage out. These are all things that need to be done on a daily/weekly basis after you've already worked 8 hours and commuted probably an hour from work. But don't let all these things scare you. These things will just happen in life. There really isn't any way to prepare for them either. They just happen. One day you'll realize that you're doing your own laundry and you're doing your own dishes after dinner, and it all just falls into place. I used to worry all the time about what I was gonna do when I was older because it all seemed so overwhelming. I was worried about my job. I was worried about what I was gonna do with my relationships. It seemed like getting together with your friends was rarely ever gonna happen, and that's kind of true, but you just learn to maneuver around those obstacles. Worrying about it now doesn't change anything about it in the future. It won't help you make better decisions or change anything. You're just stressing yourself out. Don't let today's worries take away tomorrow's peace, is a good quote regarding this whole situation. Getting older is gonna pop up on you. There's no doubt about that. And while we all miss being kids, growing up isn't all that bad. When you're a kid, you focus a lot on short-term things. Unlocking something in a game, or going out with your friends one night, or things like that. As an adult, you now have more life experience and you learn to appreciate things more. You learn to appreciate time at home. You learn to understand yourself better. You learn to control your time. You're controlling your wallet. You learn to adapt to change, and you realize that the world doesn't revolve around you. You realize how much you don't know, and in turn, you become more open-minded, I guess you could say. You learn to appreciate music and other forms of art. You discover your passions, and you take care of others. I can't tell you when you'll come to this realization, but what I can say is that when you do realize it, you almost get this sense of relief. It's like, I'm grown up now, and it's time to become the best version of myself. Before I end the video, I just want you to know something rather unsettling. The year 2030 is closer than the year 2016. So I'll just let you sit there and take that in for a second. The year 2030, that is 2030, is closer to us than the year 2016. When did that happen? I don't know. Anyway, I'll let you think about that one tonight, and I'll let you think about how fast you're growing up. And as always, thanks for watching.